everybody, I'm Kim from 𝐂𝐨𝐬𝐧𝐾 Creative Arts and welcome to mid-April. Let's see, the flowers are blooming. We have some on the table. The leaves should be a fun shade of green. We have a few of those on the table too. And we have some projects and some cards and a few fun things to show you, even some new things too, which is always a good idea. Okay, we are going to turn our camera down so we can get started on our fun floral project. So tilt. Come on, Jim, follow me over here. Oh, wreaths too. We have to show wreaths. All right, so you guys are going to be looking at a bunch of new product, which we are very excited. These are all in the nature section on our dies. Nature or scene building, kind of depends on what it is, and sometimes it's both. So looking at what we've got right here, I built a little wreath out of wreath, flowers, and leaves. This is one of our new larger wreaths. It's got quite a large size on it. And then the inside you can certainly use for something as well. This particular leaf is what I made this guy off of. And then this fun daisy flower. Now just showing you how that popped out, because remember, you got to use your negative space. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but don't get rid of that, because you can certainly cut that out and do a layer of something inside of it, or use that as a stencil too, to create another dimension to something. So this particular piece die cuts out nicely, and it's very wispy kind of flower, daisy, but you get the petals if you wanted to do something with that too. Or you can certainly do a little bit of layering. It's got a fun look to it. So I built this wreath, and then we're going to go down, just shift a little bit, because, you know, we've got these fun plaques. So wouldn't it be cool? I did not glue this on, so I'm going to hold it like that. Wouldn't it be cool to come up with a spring little home decor piece? You could put follow it with paper, or put this on top of paper. You could leave it. You could stain or ink this. You could put a little welcome spring, hello summer, come on flowers, let's grow, or something like that. So that's our plaque. And then of course, you know, I love our little palettes. So you could turn it into a little desk greeting or some sort of home decor piece where you could put a picture in there. You could certainly put a hello or welcome spring and then put that into like a little desk greeting. So that's our palette. That is our wreath, and we're going to come back to that in just a minute, but let's take a look at some more product that's new, because we love new. All right, this is a triple flower layering piece. So if you notice it right there, I used all 3 layers and put just a simple rhinestone in the middle. So it cuts out really nice. You can certainly roll those edges up. And then I did only 2 layers. I did the large layer and the smaller layer on that. Doubled that up with the foam so it looks like it's got a little puff to it. And then another type of leaf, which we have lots of new leaves on the website. This one I just love. Look how open air that is. Just really fun. And then, you know, you can clip it anywhere if that seems to be too long. And then I heard somebody request a while back where they want to put some sort of signature on the back of their cards or something that they made. So we have this piece. It's a 4-piece set, and it says handmade with love in a circle, that heart pops out. You've got handmade with love in a heart with 2 little hearts. You've got original design, and then you've got handmade original, I believe it is. So that's one of our new dies. Really fun and easy to use, and you can pop those on the back of your cards. So speaking of cards, let's make one real quick. So this is a slimline size, but you don't even have to use a slimline die. I just took a fun polka dot paper, folded that guy in half. I took the wreath, because this is a larger piece. This is a larger wreath. You could certainly lay that down right there. And then I took this open air leaf, which I've got, I just love it. It's got such a wispy look to it. And I popped those guys right down in there. And then I used this flower, tripled that up, mixed up the colors so they would pop and coordinate off of the polka dot paper, and then just dabbled it with a little bit of rhinestones. They're all on pop dots, so they give a 3D element to it. And then 3 dies and 1 card. So how many times can you use that leaf, that wreath, and that flowers? I bet you can use it quite a bit. So that is one of our pieces right there, our cards. And then if we come down, we're going to show you a few more leaves that I love. Look at that guy. Really simple. Look how you can just put a flower right on top of that, and it gives a whole new look to that particular flower. And then we've got this one, which I just find very interesting. It's got embossed divots in there, lines. And again, this one looks completely different when you lay a flower next to that one. Or you could do like an open air flower. So just different leaves, different looks you get with everything, which is fine. And a lot of fun to be mixing and matching. And can you imagine making a big wreath with all this guy? Or doing another layer right here with that guy on there. Two different color leaves, two different style leaves, just really layer that guy up. So more leaves, again, in the nature and the scene building. Now these would be in the scene building section. This is just called a texture piece. So it's really nice. I left those squares in there on purpose so you could see it. You just run your brush on it, but it's got already kind of a jagged look to it. And then we have a 𝐒𝐒𝐁𝐄 Slimline Die to accompany that guy. This is just a larger piece if you wanted to do it on your card or your page. And that is our smaller piece. Put that off to the side. Okay, now coming up here, this is a piece of a brick wall. Now, what did I do here? This die is really cool. Think about that for a stencil too. But I'm going to show you the paper I used. This is actually Valentine's paper. I used Valentine's paper that had hearts on it because I wanted just a tiny bit of color in there when I cut that out. And so it gave a little bit of dimension to the piece that I'm looking at, and I don't have to go in and ink that. So just FYI on that, you might want to look at some of your paper because you might be able to do the same type of thing. So that is a piece of a brick wall. Now, a brick wall, I want to back up and show you guys this. Okay, I was just doodling around as we all do. So let me move all my pieces out. This is the die. Super cool. It can fit on an A2 card. It can certainly fit on a slim as well. You've got lots of opportunity to use this guy. It's a corner brick wall. It's in the scene building. I believe it's in the scene building. Now I cut this piece out because I might use this piece. However, I also cut out another piece in white because I'm going to use this as a stencil. That's right, folks. I'm going to bring this over here. I used my handy dandy finger daubers on this guy. I used 3 different colors. I used a light pink, I used a red, and I used a burgundy. I laid this guy down. Now I did it on paper. I didn't do it exactly where I wanted it to, but I can imagine it doing on a 12 by 12 page layout, on a card, anything else you want to do. If you're going to do that, then you might need to mask the rest of the area so just the brick shows up. But I laid this down and I took my ink daubers and just went in a diagonal motion on where I wanted the ink. And then you lift that guy up and I've got a brick wall right there. So I can certainly go back in and lay that down. And now it's got a little bit of a texture and a look to it. But look at what you can do. You can turn your dies into stencils. Clever. And I know you guys can do that too. Okay, so let's look at some more new product because we've got more new product. Just because we have to look at that. We have a little bow, a little ribbon with 3 little bows attached to it. So think about maybe putting that on the side of a card and little bows just to add that little dink, that little touch. Now this piece is interesting. So look at how interesting it is. It could look like you're looking on the inside of water. Those could act like little bubbles. The inside piece, of course, you could use for something, but it's designed to cut in the middle of something and pop that out, and now you can use this outside piece. So that one is an interesting little piece. Think fish or bubbles or I don't know, something ocean or related. Okay, now look at our teeny tiny envelope. I'm showing you guys this as a prelude. I've got a project planned in a couple of weeks for this guy, but this is just a teeny tiny envelope. That's the opposite side of it, and that's what it looks like cut out. And then big flower. Look how beautiful this big flower is. One piece popping that out, which that's bringing me to, we've got 2 other sets of flowers right here. This is a Macintosh Rose, if you guys are familiar with that type of look. It is kind of on the Art Deco side. So that is 2 pieces. You get the shadow piece and you get the top layer with it which I'm going to show you a project you could possibly do with that. I'm going to show you one of the projects that I did. And then look at these 3 pieces. They're kind of stick-like. You got a stick-like love with a little heart on the end. And then you've got 3 different pieces that really pop. 3 different, whoops, oh, come on, really? 3 different looks of flowers that have that just stick, whimsy, kind of floaty look to them. That's that particular die. Now, I did a project with it. So I'm going to have you back up just a minute. Let's take a look at the project. First of all, I took my blending brushes. We've got 2 sets on the website. We've got a set of pink, which is a set of 3 blending brushes, all the same size. We also have a set of 5 on the website as well, and they are all different size heads for depending upon which project you're going to use. So for this project, I actually used the small pink ones because I wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. I took my inks and I started right here. I did this side, this side, this side, cut out a little piece, cut the tail off. This is my envelope. I'm going to show you. I have a triangle edge envelope. And I colored all 3 pieces on that because I wanted my whole envelope to match my card. So I'm going to digress a minute. Let's talk about the envelope. We have a new envelope template. This is by 𝐒𝐬𝐧𝐽𝐻. It is called the AAA. You get 3 sizes, A5, A6, and A7, triple size. So let's take a look at that template. And I put them all in the big one because you've got the triangle edge. Most of the envelope templates we have that flat edge. These guys are all triangle. They made it for me. So excited because sometimes you need a different look in your envelope. So large one, we've got our other size, and we've got the smallest one. So just showing you guys our updated template, which the other one's still available too. But for the project, this is what I did. I wanted a triangle flap. And then I colored all 3 panels, and then I inked the edge right here. And so what is my project that I made? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so using your blending brush and inks, 3 different blending brushes, 3 different inks, I took a white piece of cardstock, smooth, not texture, and I did my blending, and I went into a row like that because I wanted my leaves to be green. I wanted it to be transition, and then I wanted to look like it's got a sunset in a way. So that's the brushes that I used, and then I cut these guys out, and I did 1 of each, and then I cut love out in pink, and these colors really popped on the black. That's what I was going for. So just a simple card using your brushes, using a simple die. Now I'm going to come over here and show you. I used 3 different colors when I did this. 1 color here, 1 color here, and then 1 color right in there. What was my goal? I was going to put that rose in there too. So look at all those colors that you get in that. Or you can certainly use this big open air flower, and you can mix it around on where you want that guy to cut in order to have a beautiful set of flowers. So, you can actually even do the daisy right in there. So any of these open flowers is what I was going for with the look. So take a look at that one more time. I like this one. This was my favorite. These colors are just very beautiful to me. And then just an FYI. Okay, so this is our teeny tiny daubers. Remember, they've got the smallest teeny tiny heads on there. So think about if you wanted to get a piece of color right in there, right in there, right in there. How would you do it? Well, these big old finger daubers aren't going to work, and neither are these brushes. So you want the teeny tiny daubers, which are very handy. Okay, let's take a look at more new product because we got some more. We've got mini doilies, super cute. They're not a flower, but look what you could do. You could layer that up and put a leaf right there and turn it into a flower. So small, teeny tiny doilies, which are teeny tiny cute. And then, okay, I think Jim's got to back up a little bit. Big flowers. This pack is a set of 6. You can layer, mix and match. The combinations are just going to be crazy. You could use that just by itself. You could put that guy on top of it. You could put a whole nother flower on top of that and get a whole nother look. So this one, big flowers, lots of big fun with that. You get that little inside piece as well. But how many different combinations can you do? Because we love fun flowers. And then speaking of more fun flowers, Okay, look how big this die is. Oh my gosh. You get a set of 2 on everything so you can layer it up. You get your inside and you get your stem. So you don't have to layer them up, but look how pretty those guys are by doing a few little layers, and I just kept it simple. Did 2 different color pinks, yellow, simple green, and called it a day. So look how easy, big flowers, which it's spring, we all love flowers, guys. So lots of new dies to get you going. Remember, nature and scene building, and there's more on there that I didn't even show you. Okay, hot buy. If we still have any left, this guy is $1.50. Double-sided, of course, adhesive, permanent, tape runner. It's a straight line, no dots. While supplies last, Doris is no longer with us. They closed their doors, but we still have a handful left. And yes, we are sourcing more to get you a reasonably priced tape runner because we all need that. So tape runner, $1.50. And then these are just cute and spring colors. Remember your little sanders. So this is the pink and yellow, reminds me of lemonade. This one is pink and orange, got a little sherbety going on. And then just looks like pink spring flowers. So pink and purple, little finger sanders to use with your paper. And then let's take a look at some new paper. So we've had coffee for a little while, but it's got such fun spring colors, you know, we need to use that. We've got Spring Market, which we always love all the flowers. And we've got even more flowers. We've got Flower Garden. We have a Welcome Spring. And then it's not very springy, but of course we have to take care of the birthdays too. So we've got to let's celebrate, which are very good, bright, basic colors. And then you guys are going to look at this while we flip our table. Okay, we are back. Our table is flipped and we have one more project to show you. We have a little reminder and then we've got our deals for you guys today. So, all right, Jim's going to tilt our camera down. So what do you get when you take 1/4-inch foam tape? That's right. And then you take foam squares that are pop dot or squares or dots, whatever you like, embossable window plastic, a Skinny Jim Slimline SJ34, by the way, stitched 3 squares, and there's the 3 squares popped out, which you could do anything with. They're perfect squares. And a Sending Smiles, let's turn that around. Well, sort of. Sending Smiles die. You get, dun da da da, ba 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 ba. We have a Skinny Jim Slimline shaker die. So the middle piece is using the embossable plastic. That's the only piece that I did. I took the 1/4-inch foam tape, cut this guy out, and yes, those are the squares. You could do whatever you like with. Put the foam all into this to create the cavity for the shaker part. Use my embossable window plastic. Left these guys open. So what is in between right here? Those are a swap between the big one and the little squares just to go all the way around to give a raised effect. And then I cut out a sentiment saying just sending smiles. And then that's one of our new flowers on the website. Comes with a leaf as well. So you can do whatever you like. You've got lots of opportunity to use, excuse me, window plastic for shaker cards, the die cuts that are large enough to do shaker cards as well. And then let's say this piece is too big for you. Well, you can certainly die cut that out and cut it right there and only use two of the squares. So you guys have lots of choices to be doing. Okay, let's take a look at a reminder. Watching my time as well. Reminder. We have Bright Spot single-sided cardstock on the website. We have pastel because we're in the middle of spring. Lots more on the website too. And then Bright Days because we're kind of spring going into summer as well. Just a reminder of cardstock we have. And then what are our deals? We are 30% off all metal dies. That will automatically go, but you do need a coupon for 20% off the website, off regularly priced product. Use code SPRING20, all caps, run it together. Free shipping over $59. Sale is valid until April 23rd. You guys have a lovely April. See you next time.